Hi, I'm Juliet, and on this channel, we are redefining productivity, not as performance-driven hustle, but as purpose-driven alignment. And today, we need to talk about why, statistically, by January 17th, February, most New Year's resolution already failed. Most of them die, but not for the reason that you think. If you're already feeling behind on your 2026 resolutions, this isn't about the willpower, the drive, or the discipline. It is about building goals on wrong foundation. In this video, I'm going to share why performance-driven goals always burn you out. I'm going to share with you the 3 frameworks that I use with my clients and I have used in my own personal life to create identity-aligned goals that actually stick. At the end of this video, I'm going to put a link where you can download the free Identity Audit worksheet. So make sure that you wait till the end of this video and you're going to get the instruction on how to get the worksheets. If you're watching this in February and you're already feeling like you failed at your 2026 goal, I want you to breathe, because what I'm about to tell you is something that will completely shift how you think about goal setting. Your goals aren't failing because you lack discipline. They are failing because they were never actually yours to begin with. Here's what no one tells you about New Year goals. 82% of them are actually built on pressure, not purpose. Think about it. How many of your goals that you had in 2025 sounds like this? I should wake up by 5 a.m. I need to hit 6 figures this year. I need to lose 25 pounds. Notice the language. I should. I need. I have to. These aren't desires that are rooted in who you are. They are rooted sometimes in borrowed expectations from productivity culture, from social media, or what you think success is supposed to look like. So here is what happens. You whip-knuckle your way through January, running on motivation and caffeine until about maybe week 3, week 4, then your nervous system cannot sustain it. And then you say to yourself, "Oof, I'm crashing out. Ooh, this feels hard." Or you just quit. You just crash. You feel like you failed. But you didn't fail. The goal was just never aligned with your actual identity. So let me introduce to you a different approach. That is my identity-driven goal setting. This is the difference. A performance-driven goal asks you, what do I need to achieve to prove that I am successful, that I am not fat? An identity-driven goal asks you, who am I becoming and what actions aligned with that person? So let me give you an example. So a performance-driven goal can be lose 35 pounds and work out every day. An identity-driven goal is that, am I someone who can lose 35 pounds and live a healthier lifestyle? With that, clarity and intention connects. You see that you start saying and thinking, how does this express in my day-to-day, in my lifestyle, in my eating habits? You see the difference? One is about external metrics and pressure and deadline, and the other is about internal alignment and expression. When your goal flows from your identity and who you're becoming, instead of fighting against it, they don't require willpower to sustain. They require alignment. Okay, so how do you actually do this? Here is the 3-step identity audit that I use with my friends, my clients, and people around me when I'm just giving them a paradigm shift. I want you to write down every goal you set for yourself in 2026 and go through each one of them and ask yourself, is this something that I genuinely want or something that I think that I should want? If it's a should, if it's coming from comparison, external pressure, or a borrowed expectation, put a star next to it. We'll come back to those. Step 2 is what I call the identity question. For each remaining goal, You want to ask yourself, does this goal help me become more of who I already am at my core, my inner knowing of who I am? Or is it asking me to become someone I'm not? For example, if you're naturally contemplative and you need alone time to recharge, a goal like network at 3 events per week might not be identity aligned. It doesn't mean that networking is bad. It means that the way you are approaching it might be fighting your wiring. Step 3 is what I call the sustainability step. Ask yourself, can I see myself doing this 5 years from now, 7 years from now? Or am I willing to do this until I hit the goal? If it's the latter, then it's not sustainable. And unsustainable goals always lead to burnout. Here is the hard part, and this is where I'm giving you full permission. Look at the should goals, the need to goals, the ones that don't align with who you're becoming, the one that failed the sustainability test. And I want you to allow yourself to release them. I know. It sometimes feels scary. I know it might feel like you're setting yourself up for failure, or you're settling, or you're giving up. But here's the truth. Releasing goals that aren't yours isn't quitting. It is clarity. It's making space for what actually matters. Because when you think about productivity and your dream life, that vision that you have, it's not really about doing more. It is about doing what aligned to that particular goal, for that lifestyle, for that you. So if you're feeling behind, if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like, oh, it's just February and your plan hasn't gone as you wanted it to, I want you to audit your goals, release what's not yours, and rebuild from identity, not pressure. So I've created a free identity audit worksheet to walk you through this exact process. Go to themadeorg.com, themadeorg.com. You're going to see this under resources. You can go to themadeorg.com for resources, free resources that can help you start walking through clarity and identity aligned goals. For this exact worksheet, the link is in the description below. And if this resonates with you, I'd love to know, what is one goal that you're releasing this year? What is that goal that doesn't really align? I want you to drop it in the comment section. Let's normalize letting go of what is not fully ours, what is not ours. So next week, we are going to be diving into the planning system that actually works when rigid schedules don't. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And I'll see you next week. Until then, this is Made for Influence, and I am your host, Juliet Olabanji. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow us on your listening and streaming platforms. To have a chat with me about creating a planning system or an identity aligned vision and goal, make sure you DM me at Juliet in Frame on Instagram, or you can go on my website, themadeorg.com, and see how we can get you started in hitting those goals and bringing those shelved visions and dreams to life. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.